What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Valhalla. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. And I think we just got back from our break, if I recall correctly. And so anyway, man, they're still shilling that coffee for 60 bucks a cup. For 60 bucks a cup, that coffee better be life-changing. That better be like, there better be an 80-hour campaign included with that coffee. That's all that I'm going to say. Too much heavy stuff lately. Woo! I hope everything goes all right. Hey, Jamie. Jamie? Ah, Jill. Jillian isn't here, I see. You alright? You look distracted. I'm fine. Don't worry. If you say so. Jill! Where do I take 4 if he needs to use the bathroom? The cage has a small litter box included. Oh, that's convenient. 4? 4 is my cat. Some apartments in my building are being inspected today, so I brought him into work in case they enter my place while I'm gone. Ah, I see. What can I get for you? The usual gut punch. Coming right up. Gut punch for you. Oh yeah, I'm distracted. That kinda sucks, but I'm gonna make it work anyways. Gut punch with the flatter guy, giving lots of karmatrine so he gets so drunk. Alright, so there we go. Here you go. I thought when someone ordered a gut punch, you had to make a joke. Or at least punch him in the gut. That seems like one of those drinks that, like, your more violent friends would like. You always had that friend that was giving you dead arms and, like, dead asses and shit when you were growing up. That friend would probably pop you in the gut every time you ordered one of those. Be like, I'll have a gut punch, please. Ha, got you, bro. Too slow. Oh, man. Why do I hang out with you? Because you love me, man. Because you love me. About giving the client a punch to the stomach or something. Oh, that? Yeah, in theory, he's supposed to, but Yo's the only one that pays attention to that. Really? He didn't receive proper training, and he read an old manual that my boss had. There was some sort of stipulation mentioning the need to say puns. But it seems like it was just some sort of anti-counterfeit measure. I mean, if they copied such a silly stipulation, they'd be caught in the act. Like when the dictionaries added fake words to spot if somebody else just copied all of it. Yep. Why not tell him that? It's too amusing, to be honest. So what's on your mind that's distracting you so much? Well, nothing you should think about too much. It's like those times you just feel uneasy for no good reason. You might have actual reasons to feel that way, though. Come to think of it, mercenary is quite the uncommon occupation, wouldn't you say? I like to see what I do as bounty hunting, actually. How so? The only jobs I don't take are those where I have to deal with people who just happen to be in the wrong place. There's some people willing to pay off someone that has done no wrong. Things like killing someone that owns a house in the way of some building or a nosy reporter. I'm not better for turning a blind eye to such requests, but I'm not gonna be the one dealing with those. The bounty hunter part comes where? If I'm sent to kill someone that has done something like stealing, killing, and I get paid for it, you could see it as bounty hunting. Yeah, I guess. It's just cheap justifications for killing people, though. In the end, they're cheap. However, I won't be the one to kill for petty reasons like those. Let's change the subject here. I'll have something bitter if you don't mind. Huh, sure. Something bitter. Let's see here. Well, we can get him another gut punch. We can get him a pile driver. We can get him a suplex. What's the most expensive? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to be employee of the month here. There we go. Grizzly Temple, but it's so bland. I feel bad giving it to people. Let's give him a sunshine cloud. It's bitter, it's girly, and it's soft. Oh, and it's got optional karmatrine. Yay. Time to get shit-faced. There's not like much inside of there. That's pretty much just like a tiny bit of brine. It's mostly liquor. It's almost entirely liquor. There you go. Ah, yes. You just reminded me of my grandpa. He used to eat Bronson roots every afternoon. He said they made him stronger. Bronson roots have more nutrients per gram than most vitamin supplements. Your grandpa knew what he was doing. It seems I always manage to make you uncomfortable, Jill. I'm sorry. Nah, no, don't worry. Although I guess it's mostly because I can't wrap my head around the whole taking a human life thing. Knowing you've killed people and are now talking to me here, it's weird. It reminds me when I first took sex ed classes. I couldn't wrap my mind around people actually doing that stuff and then living normally. Unlike with sex ed, it's better that you stay that way, mind you. Taking lives is not something you should get used to. Yes, I know a good way. I know how to change the subject a bit. Would you like to hear about the most dangerous bounty hunter in the city? The way you said that was like offering a tale to a bored kid. Yeah, I'd like to hear that one. You see, there was actually a bounty hunter organization in this city not too long ago. Law enforcement would have put a price on a dangerous person's head and pay for the proof of that person's death. There was a guy everybody called Jet Black James. He got the nickname because he always wore black clothes. The interesting thing was that the black clothes were there to hide bloodstains that he got from his contracts. His tracking skills were top-notch. His information network was the best. Some even joked that he would finish the bounty within a half an hour or he wouldn't take the reward. He was too good, in fact. At one point, he took all the bounties and didn't take a single reward. He was just that crazy by then. The last bounty was that the organization ever posted was on James's head. The police had him cornered. His last words were, "Send it all to my account," before shooting himself. Damn, why hasn't that been made into a movie? So there were no more bounties after that? A registered bounty hunter was charged with many counts of manslaughter using his old targets as proof. If somebody else tried to recreate the organization, the seed of doubt would grow in little to no time. What guarantee is there that such an organization wouldn't actually be a trap? They could use the registered bounty hunters to take care of the most bothersome criminals, and then dispose of the bounty hunters by pressing charges using their targets as evidence. So now, Jet Black's James made sure that no law enforcement organization is able to set up bounty hunting of any kind. Ever since then, anyone crazy enough to be a bounty hunter works independently. Were you a part of the organization? I've actually had those suspicions. I'm telling you about since the day I heard such a thing exists. Glad to know I wasn't just paranoid. I don't know how well you changed the subject, but that certainly was one interesting story. Just to make sure, you're not a rebuilt Jet Black James or something, right? The name James is pretty common, Jill. Besides, if I remember correctly, his real name was actually Theodore. Oh. That story left my throat a bit dry. I'll take a beer, please. Sure. Getting a beer for my homie Jamie. Don't mess with me or I'll send him to kill you. I'll be like, hey Jamie, that homie over there's gotta go. Let me mix it on up. Oh yeah. One of mankind's oldest friends. Cheers. One obvious thing I see is that you don't take the use of the word kill in your stride the way Jillian does. I'm not good with violence. That's a good thing. It's interesting, though. When I compare you two, it's obvious Jillian has seen quite the share of traumatic stuff. That guy's a handful because of it sometimes. Still, he's one of the most reliable people I've ever met. Where is he, by the way? I asked him to keep an eye on a girl that came in here earlier. I feel that if something happened, he could resolve the situation. His nose must be itching after we talked about him so much. Yeah, maybe. Well, I've got to go. Send my regards to your boss and Jillian. Will do, Gillian. Man, today's been quite heavy. Everyone? Wait. If I say it out loud, I feel like I'll just tempt fate. Let's try it anyways. Everyone has just been a gloomy face after gloomy face. Well, and that dog. I sure hope the next client changes it up. So you still work here? I knew it. I mean, quite the surprise to see you here again, Mr. Ingram. I got out of my job and I needed a drink bad. I remember this crack house was nearby. What can I get for you then? I'll have a Bleeding Jane. On it. Bleeding Jane. The man told me he wanted a Jane and it's bleeding. Throw it over there. How is it so bloody? It's been stabbed. There you are. Tastes just like the pasta sauce my mom used to make. Watered down, artificial, and nasty. So where do you work, Mr. Ingram? I don't really have a specific job, but there's this, well, network of engineers in need of assistance. I have no idea what they do there, but I can follow instructions, and that's really all that they need. Recently, I've been working with this Cilia girl working on some experimental powered suits. My only duty is to give them maintenance once a day. And what's that about a network? All those nerds know each other and they recommend me. I don't ask questions and quickly learn to do whatever they need. Huh, sounds nice. It's pretty monotonous at times, though. Why are you giving me that look? You're just more cheerful than the last time you came in. We all have good days and bad days. Today just happens to be a not bad day. Besides, with everybody scared shitless in their houses, the streets are clear with no traffic jams, and that's always a plus. I guess. It almost became a bad day, though, thanks to some teens on the way here. What did they do? It's not what they did, it's what they said. They were talking about how they should just go to Zaibatsu Corp's HQ and blow it up. I've seen one too many kids throwing around that let's kill the king attitude when it comes to Zaibatsu Corp. Even if Zaibatsu Corp's building suddenly went down, the ones behind it, they'll still be alive. Killing the head honcho just means his or her duties go to the next rim jobber on the totem. Hell, I bet they're plotting to kill each other anyways. Kids these days see too many action films where the rebels save the day by killing the evil corporation. Well, don't let it get to you. I don't. I just hate teenagers. It's interesting, though. A big corporation in control is somehow more dangerous than a regular government. I wouldn't know. I'm not a political person. No shit. Alright, give me a Zen star. Try not to mess it up. A Zen star. How is it she can remember that guy's name, but 2 seconds after she gets a drink, she can't remember, like, which it is? 4 of each ingrediente. Then we throw it on the rocks, and we mix it on up. Zen star. That drink does look pretty good. That drink looks pretty baller. Here. Yep, it's just as nasty as I've heard. Why order it then? Not your problem. So where's the red comet? My boss, she, jail. 4's headed your way. Let's play, 4! Let's play! Ooh, a customer! Sorry for the intrusion. You have a dog here? And a cat? The cat's mine, his name's 4. The dog just sorta hangs around here. He looks well groomed and his fur looks healthy. Seems like you take good care of him. You seem to know an awful lot about cats. Nah, it's just common sense. You like cats, Mr. Ingram? I don't dislike them. But I do dislike having animals near me when I'm eating or drinking. So, I'll take my... I hate that, too. Like when you're trying to eat your dinner, your cat's just standing on the couch just, like, staring at you and, like, sniffing the side of your head. My cat's really big. But anyways, it's like, stop, get out of here. And then you, like, push them down onto the floor, and they sit there on the floor. My cat grumbles. He walks around and he talks shit. Like, if you push him off the couch, he'll walk off into the back of the house like, meow, 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 meow. Just talking mad trash in cat language. I'll be like, say that again, kitty. Say it again to my face. He's like, meow. Please come again. Don't count on it. You said that last time. Well, congratulations. You scared a client off. 4's as guilty as me. Yeah, but I like 4. He's my baby. Now go, play or something. Right! Ah, you're back. What happened with Say? That cat boomer girl picked her up. I couldn't see anything, but I guess she was happy. I'm glad to hear that. Did I miss something? Only Jamie and some other guy came in. I see. You look exhausted. Yesterday was filled with people carrying heavy emotional baggage. I don't mind it, but dealing with them tired me out a little bit. I actually found myself wanting Dorothy to burst out of that door at any moment. So you miss Dorothy. Kinda. But anyways, nothing a good night of sleep can't fix. Let's just wrap things up around here, and then we'll call it a day. How'd I do? Oh, flawless service bonus. Got enough to pay my bills, yeah. It's kind of depressing, though. I got all that money, and now it's all going to go to bills. Man, we got... The beer stash is running low. We got to buy some beer in order to make her feel better. Well, where's the beer at? Where the beer, where the beer, where the beer at? Do I buy it over here? Where the beer? Oh, beer on discount. The owner is trying to quit drinking, so he's selling them dirt cheap. $1,000 for beer? Good God, man. That's so much money for beerses. Let's see what's going on over here on the comlink. I will check 4chan first. Let's see. AM Township 64 hype. Literally no games. Is anybody else tired of this Monster Girl meme? No, no, no. I'm gonna marry a Monster Girl. I just want actual gameplay next time. Why would you want gameplay in a Sukebon game? I don't know. All I see is pretty girls with nothing to back it up. any info on the hardware, it's probably going to be yet another underpowered piece of shit. It's not like the competition's any better. Man, I think I'll just quit gaming. Nothing but trash as of lately. Yeah, remember when games were actually good and devs made them with love and care? Me either. That's the truth. There has always been a mass quantity of trash games and only a few good ones sprinkled in between. I'm not talking about Suka, but obviously I'm playing this on the channel, so I like it. But anyways, a little bit of self-awareness there from the developers, but that time never existed in gaming. There was never a golden age of gaming where you could just go to like Toys R Us, pick a Super Nintendo game off the shelf, and not get burned. That was never the case. It was always a matter of getting like magazines like GamePro or Game Informer or any of those types of things, and then just like doing your homework and your research. Nano camo underwear. I think I'll get a pair just to see what kind of skin I can use with. I think we got that already. Paulo Banks, so ain't nothing new in there. The augmented eye. Soccer popularity sinks as pro wrestling rises. Once known as the king of sports, soccer is no longer even a shadow of its former self. After the corruption scandals of the last World Cup, fans have been drifting towards the theatrical magic of the pro wrestling industry. The latest GSF tournament pulled nearly 20 million viewers from Glitch City alone. As of this moment, fans seem to be vastly favoring pro wrestling. It's easier to follow something we know as predetermined as opposed to something that pretends to be a legit sport, said a fan outside the GSF arena. People kicking a ball is boring as shit, too. I certainly like Fried Chicken by Quincy. During our weekly interview with Prime Minister Quincy, he revealed his unusual taste for a certain rare food. Fried chicken. Fried chicken is rare in the future? Dude, I can't live in the future then. I love fried chicken. I already rarely get fried chicken. I never get fried chicken anymore, and I want it constantly. I crave it on a daily basis. I could go to KFC or whatever. That's not the same. My mom used to make homemade fried chicken, and it was the best. It was so good. I gotta hit my mom up and see if maybe she wants to make me some fried chicken. That's what moms are for, right? Asking to make you the bomb-ass food. And if it doesn't work with mom, I'll try it with grandmama. Maybe that'll work. I know it sounds a bit rude to say I like something most people don't have access to, but I just can't deny my love for it. When you taste a chicken breast like the ones that Kenta make, you just can't go back, Quincy declared to the Augmented Eye. In other news, Quincy also confessed his desire to ban instant food, although he later said it was in jest. I wouldn't ban instant food, since that's what people in this city like the most, and even though I hate it, no, I wouldn't ban it. Monster Girlfriend Shirari becomes the best-selling video game of all time. The waifu revolution from the 2010s is no longer a laughing matter. What started as a trend has since gone out of control since the standardization of VR technologies, which allows people to live full-time inside their computers. As a result of this craze, it shouldn't be a huge surprise to know that the popular Monster Girlfriend franchise has become a commercial juggernaut with millions of copies shipped in Glitch City alone. Worldwide, the game has shipped nearly 90 million copies since its launch in March, making it a record holder that just won't quit. Is the waifu age real? Well, there's your answer. Alright, well, let's go ahead and we'll save it up. Oh, yeah. And then I guess it's off to work. Another day, another dollar. Good evening. Ah, Jill, good timing. Is it? You two always make me feel like I'm late. If it helps, that dog isn't coming until sometime later. Anyways, you got anything planned for Sunday? Watch silly mega Christmas specials with 1,000 grams of black fur on my lap. Why? I was thinking about holding a small mega Christmas party here this Sunday. You in? Sure. Why not? Alright. Invite any client you're acquainted with. The more the merrier. You didn't bring your cat today? The raid stopped. They found whatever or whoever they were looking for. Huh. Anyways, we better start working. Yeah, you better. Time to mix drinks and change lives. I was gonna say, she better say it. Welcome to Valhalla. I want a fluffy dream. May I see your ID, please? I don't have an ID because I'm the ghost of Mega Christmas Past. I'll haunt you constantly unless you give me a fluffy dream. Do you have money to pay for the drink? Well, do you? Yes, I have money. Alright, so fluffy dream it is. I should be able... I think the fluffy dream has optional karmatrine, so we'll just give her... I mean, technically I could get the kid super drunk and teach her a lesson. I know some parents that did that, where they would just like mysteriously leave the liquor cabinet unlocked, and their kids would drink themselves into a sickness, and then they'd just be like, I never want to drink again. And you'd be like, see, that's what you get. But that has a chance of backfiring. You might accidentally kill them. You know, you don't know like how strong the willpower is on a young drinking individual. I drank myself into a stupor when I was like 15 way too many times. Alright, no alcohol. Let's keep it. Oh, it's aged and mixed. I'm sorry. Aged and mixed. 3 Adelaide, 3 powdered Delta. Aged, mix, boom. Fluffy dream. There you go. Wow. I actually got a drink. So why are you here to stalk, Miss Ghost of Mega Christmas Past? Stalk? Oh, that's right. I'm a ghost. That guy. Yep. Which employee did you leave without a Mega Christmas Gill? Jill, please. It would have been funny if you reacted to that. Sorry, kid. I'm not in the mood to humor you today unless you have some sort of ID. Here. Well, in a year or so, I will gladly serve you a drink. But until then, this is no place for you. But I already got a drink. A non-alcoholic one. You didn't expect me to really give you a drink, right? So if you would please leave. I can't leave, not after trying so hard to get here. Alright, let's start from the beginning, Miss Norma. How did you know my name? I saw your ID. It could have been fake. I don't think you're stupid enough to make a fake ID that doesn't put you at 18 at the very least. You're pretty sharp, Miss Bartender. You look like a nice girl, Norma. Why come to a bar like this? You seem like you're in a bad mood, Miss Bartender. Nah, she just like that all the time. Shut up. Sorry if I've been harsh. These last couple days have been very heavy, and having somebody underage here reminds me of a certain incident from last week. Incident? Well, don't change the subject, young lady. Why are you here? What do you care? I can do whatever I want. Unless it's illegal, in which case anyone can, should, and probably will stop you. ... I just wanted to be more wild, you know? Wild? My mom puts way too many expectations on my shoulders. I've always been out to make sure that I don't disappoint her. But it's never enough. It's not good enough to have good grades. She also wants me to go out and take a college preparation course. And I'm tired. I don't want to do things for her anymore. So you came to a bar. Maybe if I came back home smelling like alcohol, she'd leave me alone. If I'm not good enough for her, I might as well kill any hope she has in me. It's funny, but I have a friend who's also being pressured by her mom. Really? Yeah, but in her case, it's being pressured to settle down and make a family. Oh. So let me get this straight. You came here to make your mother disappointed. Yep. Do you like alcohol? Actually, I think it's nasty. Then you're doing things wrong. What? If you're gonna disappoint your mom, at least do it with something you like. Like, become a belly dancer because you want to be a belly dancer. Otherwise, you're just trying to hurt her for the sake of hurting her. Like, let's start with something. What do you like doing? I don't know. I've been so focused on trying to be good enough that I haven't been able to think about what I want to do. Don't you think you should start there? Huh? What good is doing something just for the sake of hurting someone? If she gets disappointed in you over something you like doing, you have a right to protest. If you're hurting her by hurting yourself over something you don't even enjoy... Sounds silly, huh? Very. Go home. Do some self-discovery before hurting your mom, would you? Or at the very least, humor her until you're old enough to move out. Yep, you're right. Thanks, Miss Bartender. Call me Jill. Jill? All right. I did a lot of self-discovery when I was teenaged. Lots and lots of self-discovery. Anyway, we're out of time for the day. This is Valhalla. I will see you later, where we will serve new clients in interesting places with interesting stories and give them interesting beverages. Bye, everybody.